Hello everyone, welcome to the Onyx Path Twitch channel. We are Haunted Chronicles, and this is the They Came From Beneath the Sea Beach Party Creature feature Jumpstart. I am Tam, the director, and here is our cast.
Hello, I'm Penny for a Tale, and I'll be Joe, a disgraced cop.
And I am, sorry, I am Sam, and I will be playing Norio, a survivalist who does not trust the government.
Who doesn't?
Hi, I'm Panda, and I'll be playing Kitty. She's a beach pony. She's a classic stereotypical blonde in the films.
Hi, I'm Tiff, and I shall be playing Mary Jane, investigative reporter, here to get to the bottom of either the local drug problem or the local fish monster problem.
Hi, I'm Demi, and I'm playing Dale, the survivalist, who's seen some shit.
He as noted in the last the Act 1, you survived an attack by crab people, if I recall correctly. Tiny little soldiers. So. All right. Cast meeting, everyone. Okay, so Act 1 was great. We've got a couple of budget cuts, so things are going to be trimmed back a little bit. We're going to make a couple of minor script changes. One, May, your sister stayed behind with what's his name, Donnie, and he's protecting her for now. Back at the arcade.
That goes
Also,
against my whole thing.
Hey, take it up with the writers. By the way, the prints that you found out back in the mud, we said originally they were creatures, but the writers looked at that and said it didn't fit right. So we're going to make those boots. So you found boot prints headed upstream. Also, the plants had been chewed on slightly. And Joe, the underwear that you picked up, they were soiled underwear, just to make clear on that. They were not clean. I'm not sure why that was critical to the storyline, but hey, you know, that's what they gave us. So, all right. Oh, hey, Kraken Dice. Thanks for joining us. Now you're probably regretting it after the discussion of soiled underwear, but hey, you know.
I'm sorry, not sorry.
All right. So everybody's read up. We're ready to go. So we're going to pick up. You guys were getting ready to, I've got a confusing notes here. Were you guys going to walk upstream to the industrial complex, or were you going to take a vehicle?
How far is it?
Yeah.
Well, budget wise, I think we'd like you to walk because we don't want to have to rent a car.
Well, then how far is it though?
3.5 miles.
Can't we just walk a bit of it and then cut to when we get to it, and then just
Yeah,
look?
We'll get a taxi.
Fine. Everybody pile in the Pinto. We'll drive up there and drop you guys off in the woods somewhere near it.
Okay. All right.
I still
We
get
good?
this. What's my motivation?
I believe you're getting you get free donuts out of the back of the Pinto and $5 a day. Oh crap!
Fair enough.
No, $4 a day, just like everyone else.
Wait, what? Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
Wait, who's getting paid?
Nudge.
Just
Wait,
paying $4?
Who's getting 5? I heard 5. Wait, hold up.
Yeah, but
No.
who's getting paid? I was... We're going to have to talk about this later.
Okay, we'll take that up at the end. Let's just go ahead and get things yeah. Okay, everybody in the Pinto.
So we
Why
all
can't we
going
take her-
now?
Can we take our own cars up there? I mean,
There won't be any place to park, but feel free. Look, let's just get. We've got filming. We're losing daylight. Come on. So after a short break, we all arrive up there. We get you all positioned out in the woods. down near the creek where it's coming into it, and is like, all right, everybody, yeah, it's that way. Action.
Oh my god, this place is so creepy.
Yeah, I think it's all the concrete. Is that
I've
barbed wire up there?
I've seen better on Halloween.
As you're walking out of the area where this stream moves up in towards the building, you see a large brick building surrounded by a chain link fence, topped with concertina wire. The grounds don't look kempt. It hasn't been mowed in a long time, but from the shininess of it, that razor wire is a recent addition.
Is that real? I just have to ask.
But wait, I'm sorry. Who are you asking?
The director, is that real razor wire?
Let's just say it is.
Okay.
Oh, there's also a note here. Don't touch the concertina wire. It may be real. So, okay. We can't afford to buy the prop stuff, okay?
Is the not touching it more of a suggestion, or is that to be taken as direction?
And action.
This place doesn't look that abandoned.
Do you think maybe this is where they're making that weird stuff?
Well,
Wait, did you follow us here?
yeah. Well, look, I already lost one partner, and I'm not losing anybody else. I might be a disgraced cop, but I'm going to take care of you.
You know, Joe, you look kind of different, but you got just the right number of eyes.
I've been told that. I have a face on the front of my head just like everyone else.
And he puts his pants on 3 legs at a time, just like everyone.
I think somebody's been in here recently. That wire's too fresh. If there's a place they might be growing, that might be it.
Where's the stream coming from? Is the stream coming from inside the complex, or just
If you
flowing
move a little
next to
bit
it?
closer and follow it up, you might be able to figure that out.
I would like to do so.
All right. As you get a little bit closer, the first thing you notice is through the chain link fence that there's some military vehicles parked in front of the buildings.
I knew it.
And
Why didn't you say anything, man?
What do you
I've
know?
been talking the entire time about how the government's probably behind this.
you can
He
see
actually did say that because you just don't listen.
Exactly.
from your,
If you
from
buy-
your
You've been real mean to me recently. I don't like it.
I have my reasons.
I'm sorry, what's going on with the camera? Why is there a camera on both of us? Do I constantly have to be paired with this bimbo?
Hey, stay in character. Budget cuts. Don't make me have to edit. This film costs money. Okay, this isn't like, some science fiction future where we have like digital media we can put this on. Okay, we're using actual film here, and anyway.
Hey,
I've
we
heard
advertised.
more easier on the eye.
So from your vantage point now, as you look off to the left, you can see there is a gatehouse with 2 guards. That gatehouse also looks to be new. And Mary Jane, as you're looking around and wondering, where does this creek come from? You see a drainage pipe that empties into this creek. Looks like it runs up underneath the facility.
How big is this drainage pipe?
It's not big enough to like stand up and walk through, but you could definitely climb in and shimmy up it.
And what's coming out of it? Is it just water?
Hold on,
or
I want to
is
make a
something
note of that
else?
idea for a movie idea I have. I'm going to call it the Prison Redemption. Anybody got a good prison name? Okay, I'll get that. later.
I might have one.
Yeah, is it just water coming out there?
Froth rank?
Or...
The froth rank?
Interesting that you asked that, because I like that name, by the way. As you're looking through this, it is covered with some kind of slime and muck. And digging in and look a little deeper, looks like it has seeds in that muck. And as a matter of fact, you can see where some seeds have washed out and must have washed on down the creek to that bend down by Sonny's place where they probably deposited.
Is the drainage, how does that smell?
I mean, it's a drain.
Yeah, it's a drain. It smells like a mucky drain.
Not as bad as Sonny's house.
Did you keep the soiled underwear? Because you could use that as a face mask to make the air smell better.
Well, I wanted to check and see if the smell from the soiled underwear was the same as from this drainage ditch so that I could connect these two pieces of evidence.
You know, Joe, it'd be nice if they just fell over, but I think they actually wet themselves.
It smells like they did.
I think if you wanted to, I think if you wanted to do some kind of an investigation check on that, you could probably compare the smell of the two, but it's going to take a good sample of both to really be able to do that.
While you sniff that, I'm going to look for an entrance.
I think this is our
absolute.
So, Joe, doing this with your ability, what would you like to use to do this? Which of your skills do you think?
Oh, I think here enigmas might apply because there's something strange about this smell that I just can't place, and I'm gonna get my finger on it. It's right at the tip of my tongue.
Don't lick it.
Please don't. I think I'll be sick.
Maybe the guy had an enigma before he soiled his underwear. That could be. Let's use intellect with that as well.
All right. Well, that dirt definitely smells.
I bet it does.
Norio's going to stoop down and take a handful of those seeds from the drainage pipe. Can I try and figure out what they are? What kind?
Let me finish resolving Joe's things here, because he received no successes on that. So just to let you know, Joe, that's going to add a complication to your next roll. So think of that as you're going to have a -1 on your next roll that I'll get it. What were you saying there, Mr. Norio?
He was touching the seeds.
Okay. Your seed
I was
fondling.
just trying to work out what they were.
I was seed fondling. I want to figure out what they are.
All right. Well, I think you could make a roll for that as well.
All right.
Actually, we're going to apply that complication to the roll for you. So your difficulty in determining anything about these seeds, I'm going to set it at 1, but you also have a complication to overcome on that.
Okay. All right. So I'm thinking either enigmas or survival.
I think either one of those work well for you, Norio.
Okay.
I'm going to write up your area there.
Would you say intellect or
intellect or cunning? I think either one of those could go with that.
And you've got a favored approach and finesse for cunning as well.
Okay, I'll do cunning. So that means I get an extra die there?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Is that the right number of dice?
To be 4 plus 2.
2 plus 1.
Yeah, 4 plus 2. No, so that's
4 plus
right.
2. Yeah, okay. Okay. Looks like just 1 success, unfortunately. Just 1 success, unfortunately.
All right. Well, that is going to be enough to allow you to get a success on this. But the complication from it is there's a lot of stuff in this drainage along with the seeds, and you are going to suffer a contact high. And this is going to give you a 1 die penalty until this contact high is resolved. So that's going to take a little bit. So
Fair enough. And what kind of seeds are these?
Based on the feeling you get from them and your past experience with such things in a survival environment, These are some kind of marijuana seeds. They do, however, seem to have been adulterated in some way.
It's oh,
Adulterated is
reefer.
the fancy way of saying somebody fucked with them.
yeah. No, I got you. These seeds. They're growing marijuana.
So that's where this is coming from. Inside the factory. You need to get in there.
There's something different about it, though. What are they doing to it?
Oh,
Well, sometimes people put stuff in marijuana that's not supposed to be there, and that's why people get hurt.
not in the
Don't do
seeds
drugs,
themselves.
kids.
Hey,
Was it what
They-
they said about a PSA about drugs?
Oh,
hey, Dale.
Yeah.
Why don't you have a look what's on the other side of this pipe?
So you want me to climb up this dirty, dingy pipe? To
It would
see
be
what's
really helpful
for who?
for the story. I mean, I'm very much not dressed for it, but you seem prepared. You're a very capable man, Dale.
Oh boy. Anything to help a friend. Anything to help a friend. So what am I rolling for this one, Tal? I'm climbing up the dingy, dirty ass pipe.
You are going to. I'm not going to put a roll on this one because it's just going to be a matter of you wanting to sneak your way up there. But as Dale climbs into this pipe and begins to squish and squeeze his way up there, he becomes coated in this stuff. And it's about this time that you see two soldiers walking around the inside of the fence line, and they're headed your way as they are on patrol.
This is why I climbed up the pipe.
So as he is crawling through the pipe, so Dale, you just, if you're going to keep on crawling, keep on crawling.
Yeah,
The
I'm keeping
rest
on
of
crawling
you,
this one.
this pipe is visible. So when this patrol gets close enough, they will be able to spot you unless you do something. How are you going to
Right.
keep from being seen, or do you even care?
Well, I can't get caught by the government, so good luck. Time to put the eye in survival. Norio goes and hides in the bushes.
All right. We got one hider.
Yeah. I think I need to get myself up a tree. I'm in peak physical fitness, as you know, and having the drop on these boys might be useful.
All right. All right. So you're going to attempt to hide as well?
Time to activate my cunning disguise.
Okay.
Hey,
Oh my god!
should we just say we're lost? Like,
Pardon?
shall we just say we're lost?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Oh my god, like it must have taken a wrong turning back in the creek somewhere.
Yeah, we got lost around here. If only there was someone who could help us out.
All right. So you two are going to attempt to sway the guards, I assume?
Yeah.
All right. So first I'm going to need for our two people who are hiding so that hopefully they don't give anything away. I'm going to need a larceny and dexterity roll. And remember, Norio, you currently have a contact high. So that's going to take one die out of your pool. I'm going to let you know that your difficulty is a 2.
Yikes. Is there any way that I could try and add to this?
No, because you've already added it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
How did it go, Joe?
Well, I don't know how things work with this, but I got nothing and I rolled a 1, so.
That is a botch. As you attempt to get up this tree, you break off several limbs. There is a loud cracking noise. And the patrol turns and they, over here, over here. And the guards from the front gate and the 2 guards that were on the inside, they point their weapons at all of you. The only one who is not caught at this point is Dale. But they immediately see Mary Jane and Kitty. Norio, what did you get on your roll, sir?
1 success.
Unfortunately, due to the fact that there was a botch, the difficulty for this would be a 2 to avoid it anyway. So not only do you fail, you are going to fail facing the complication of they already know you're there. I'm going to throw a couple of rewrites into this for those failures. So we're going to have 20 in the rewrite pool at this point. But you have failed and failed miserably. The guns are pointed immediately in your direction. Mary Jane and Kitty, you are the persons they see first.
Officer, I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah, we got lost.
And
We had a
these men, they
friend. We had a friend try and climb up to see if they could get sight of something because we couldn't know where we are.
Okay, yeah, you realize this is this facility's off limits. The other 2 officers arrive at this point, weapons drawn.
what?
I'm sorry, I didn't know. All I know is that my daddy told me that water always leads to a village, so we just followed this water and it just took us to a drainage pipe.
All right. I think you're going to have to make a roll for this, and I'm going to remind you that, Kitty, you have some special tropes that may come in a little bit handy for this if you want to look them over and see if one of them will fit.
Oh.
Keep your hands off me, question mark?
No. Although
Are you
that,
saying I should be honest?
no, I thought you had, I've got to look back through all your tropes now, because I thought you had one about looking for aid.
I mean, in tropes I have apprenticeship, honesty is best policy, and keep your hands off me.
I think it might be in the trademarks.
Yeah, trademarks. I'm sorry. So it's a new system. I got to remember what everything is. So.
Is it Kitty rolling for this, or can I?
Both. Well, she's the one talking right now.
Yeah.
So let's see how she comes out of it, and then we'll pick up with Mary Jane, because. And she is attempting to sway him with her speech and her intelligence, making this a cunning linguist roll.
Cunning linguist.
I've been wanting to make that joke.
My trademarks are Big Stick, Got the Groove, Mama Bear, and Subaquatica.
Oh, I thought you had the one that was... Okay, I'm probably getting my characters confused, but anyway, then just give me a straight roll. Like I said, new system. Bear with me.
Could I do persuasion and manipulation?
Sure, give it a shot. I think that's wonderful. So while she's doing this and trying to convince them, Mary Jane, and you are standing there, I think that's Mary Jane. I can't really tell without the glasses on, but
I would like to attempt to look both utterly harmless and also just get that lighting, just bring it round a bit to the left, just to hit her head, just perfect sort of camera panning over me and Kitty as well, but mostly me, and ensure this is perfectly shot to show that, you know, they not only do they not want to arrest us, but they might even, you know, be persuaded into giving away a bit of what's going on here.
All right. It sounds like a similar role to me, unless there's something different you want to do.
I also want to use a presence which is perfectly shot, which is an ability, a trademark, which allows me to take advantage of like the lighting and look my best and try. It specifically calls out flirting past security guards. So.
All right, I think that's great. So that'll be a presence and persuasion. I think would fit very well for that.
Actually, that's just the same number as dice's manipulation and persuasion.
Well, if you're using your trademark, throw an extra one on there because I think you deserve that. Kitty, how did it go?
Just one success.
One success. All right. They kind of look at you a little bit odd. One of them kind of lets the barrel of his weapon lower down a little bit, and then he thinks about it and points it back at Norio. And I don't know about that, miss. I think we may still have to talk to you for a bit. And he turns and looks over at Mary Jane, and his face just goes blank for a moment as he looks deep into her eyes that are perfectly lit. And what? What do we have here, Mary Jane?
We have 2 successes. That's all.
All right. And well, I mean, I don't know that we necessarily have to arrest you, young ladies. But I do think you're going to have to come in for questioning.
Oh, I understand. But
I understand.
I have a younger sister. We left her back because I said we should go and look for help to find out where we were. Also, if you're wondering about that guy that's crouched in that bush, he really just needed a toilet.
As his eyes are still locked with Mary Jane's, he goes, yes, ma'am.
No,
Would you mind
come in.
accompanying us?
No problem. I'll come in for questioning.
Great.
Why don't you get that gun out of my face?
I'm afraid we may have to arrest the 2 gentlemen, and you all wouldn't be carrying any weapons or anything, would you?
No, not at all.
No.
If anything, if I knew you guys were coming around, I would have baked you a sweetbread.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Missy, I think. Come on, all of you together. Now, this is all of you, right?
That's right.
Yes.
And I assume, Dale, you're still squeegeeing your way up the pipe there. All right. So they are going to collect all of you, and they are going to pat you down and check for weapons.
I want to conceal mine.
They don't pay me enough for this shit.
I'll conceal my Derringer if I can.
I want to use my get your hands off me troop as well.
Okay. And what does that do for you? So we've got people who are watching. What does that trope do for you?
Oh, for me, keep my hands off me.
Yeah.
Doesn't it just like stop people from touching me?
It should give you a little bit in there. So there's should be some. I don't know if it's going to give you a die roll improvement as well. That's what I was wondering.
I haven't got the PDF open.
Sorry.
Well, that's the thing. So, all right. So Dale, you're squeegeeing up this thing. They're going to check the rest of you. And Joe, are you trying to hide your weapon as well, or?
As a matter of fact, what I'm going to try to do is explain to them, look, I understand. I may not know what happened to my partner, and I may be a disgraced cop, but you can trust me. There is nothing to see here, mister. You can check the rest of them.
So you're a police officer.
That's right. And there's nothing to see around these parts. I was trying to guide these folks away from this facility here.
All right. So Kitty, you get an extra die on your defensive rolls. I thought that's what it said. So cool.
Sorry, I'm just opening.
Yeah. And we got a note in the comment that says enhancement, I believe. So yes, it is. So. All right. Well, they are going to take a look at you, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to treat this, since you're trying to hide it about yourself, Norio, in the presence of them. Okay. I think larceny's going to play a bit in this because you're trying to hide something from the long arm of the law, and I will give either cunning or dexterity makes sense for this, unless you have something else, a trademark trope or something that'll help you along with it.
I switched to my sheet. Sorry. Let's see. Do I have anything? I don't think so. Let's see. All right, so you said cunning or dexterity. I'll use dexterity and larceny. Yeah.
Okay. As he
Alright.
attempts to hide a derringer somewhere.
Listen.
There's no about his body.
One success.
All right. They're half-hearted in their search, and when they come up to Joe and they want to search him and he pulls the bit about being a cop, they become a little bit more tense about him. So firearms are going to be pointed at Joe as they escort the four of you inside the building. You were taken to a small room and placed inside of it. And then suddenly you hear a noise. After they've left and locked the door, you hear a noise coming from a small grate in the corner. And after a few minutes, Dale, after climbing through this muck, having to pull it out of your teeth several times and you're just coated head to, you look like a slime monster on the one hand as you come up to this grate. And you can see into the room, and there you see your friends standing there, all clean, all happy, just standing around. Oh, by the way, Joe, they took your gun because they found it. Norio, they did not find yours.
You know, Dale, sometimes we learn the hard way.
Monster out the pipe.
I just glare at Mary Jane. Really? You call me a mouse? You're the one who's setting up this damn grate in the first place.
Oh, Dale.
Well, y'all don't seem happy to see me right now.
Why did you break into the facility inside the room we're stuck in?
Wait, how did y'all get in before me? Like,
Oh, we got caught.
Yeah.
On
Somebody
purpose?
snapped the wrench.
God,
Oh no.
Oh,
God.
Joe, it wasn't your fault. It's okay.
We're on the inside. That's what matters. We're where we want to be.
yeah, and I'm covered in gunk. I need to get this
Wash
off.
off.
Yeah, but sometimes we learn the hard way, especially when we touch something gross.
She the one that put the Mary Jane who told me to climb up in the damn drainage pipe in the first place.
And you
When
did
I
a
climb in the
very good
pipe,
job. Well done.
didn't find anything, but I found a bunch of seeds. I'm covered in it. Wow.
Well,
So what
thank you
now?
very much for doing that.
So what now? What's the plan?
Well, I think our best bet of getting out of here is if Mary Jane seduces the guards. She did a real good job on those ones back there.
That'll
By the
work
way,
again, but
as soon as they were escorting you in, and as soon as you moved, the lighting went off of it, and the guard immediately quit locking eyes with you and kind of started to. She is cute, right? I didn't miss seeing any of that, did I?
Kitty, the whole time he's looking at Mary Jane, is like, "What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me?"
You have to bribe the lighting man.
Oh,
So again, you are in a room. The door is closed and locked. There is a
I'm not
window
sure I
in the
can-
door.
no, Norio, you say you're good at surviving. Do you know how to lockpick?
Of course, I know how to lockpick.
Then why don't you do it?
why don't you just marry the man?
Fine. But don't watch me work. Can't work well if you're watching.
I know a few men like that. That's okay.
No, not the time, Kitty.
God. All right. Well, I guess Norio's going to try and pick the lock. You did say there's a window here, though, right?
I said there is a window in the door. That is correct.
How big is the window?
I'm gonna say, it's one of those military industrial style doors. So the window's about 2 feet tall, maybe a foot wide, but it's got that metal wire that runs through the panes between it. painted gray. It's an ugly gray. The lighting doesn't hit it right. It's flat, so you don't get any gloss off of it, which makes the lens flare off of the glass. Oh, I'm sorry. This is directorial stuff. You don't really care about that.
We don't. Well, if Norio can't pick the lock,
I'm just wondering.
I look to Dale, look at the size of the window, look back to Dale.
Well, then again, there's also talent for destruction.
So I just need to know, Norio, are you going to immediately go up and start trying to pick the lock on this door?
Yeah, Norio goes up, looks carefully at the lock,
Okay.
considers it for a moment, and then tries to smash the glass open and reach through and unlock the door. And I'm going to use talent for destruction if I can, my trademark.
All right. I'm going to ask the classic DM question of all time. Are you sure?
Is there anyone in the corridor outside?
That's a good
One in
question.
the corridor outside. If I look at
Well, I think we're going to have to go with this roll because Norio already stated his action.
Okay, can we rewrite it to
Wait a
make
minute, you
the
asked if I
person
was
not
sure.
to be in the corridor
you asked
outside?
if I was sure.
Yes, there. As you look outside through the window, who's going to take a look? Who's going to take a look? Anybody?
I'll look.
As you look out the window, Kitty, you see a couple of things through this door. First off, there seem to be rows and rows of metal shelves and off to one side. But that's not the odd thing. Just past the shelves, you see this big walkway surrounding this big platform. And on top of this platform is what appears to be a room filled with, it's glass all the way around it. And inside this glass, there's this really thick haze of greenish brown smoke, obscuring anything inside of it from view. But you can tell it's smoke because, you can see it wafting around in there. Near the platform, you see a couple of the soldiers sitting there. They're playing cards. So not really guarding much. Their weapons are just sitting off to the side. And you see some people moving around. They're looking at various little monitors and they got all these panels with lights on them, and the lights flash, and every once in a while they flip a switch and that makes another light flash. And every once in a while they stop and they point at different lights on it. And there's this one thing that's like a circle with a little squiggly line. Make sure you get a good camera shot on that. We paid extra for the squiggly line on that. What we actually did is we have a guy back there with a piece of paper on a roller that keeps rolling it around and shining a flashlight on it. Works really good. Camera tricks. As you're looking around, why don't you give me an integrity and cunning roll, and let's see what else you can pick up from this.
Okay. Integrity and cunning. I will also while she sees all that, she will be relaying it to the people around her, kind of almost as if while the camera's panning, it's like she's narrating it to the people in the room.
Right.
That is 2 successes. Sweet.
All right.
It's the highest I've rolled.
One thing you notice, because you've seen something similar to this, there's a baggie sitting on the table next to one of these supposedly scientists, because they're all wearing the white coats, which we got to get those back to the hospital before they notice they're missing. But that's another thing. And inside that baggie, it looks like leaves. You're not close enough to really discern too much, but you can see that. Are you going to watch them for a couple of minutes, kind of see what's going on as you observe? Okay. As you're observing, you see as one of them, the scientist people, picks up the contents of the baggie and pours it into this weird-looking instrument that's sitting on the desk. Takes a match and lights it, closes the lid on it, and you see as it burns fast and you see another plume of smoke fluff into that glass-filled room. Kind of just thickening back up that cloud that's going on in there. As the guy puts the stuff into there, he turns and you can just hear, all of you can kind of pick this up through the door. You hear, "There's really no safe way to do this, Doctor." And one of the men turns around and goes, "Nine! This is nonsense. This would give us the perfect formula for artichoke."
I think they're making artichoke.
So what we're saying is, no, I'm not sure that I want to smash the window.
But if we can get out there quietly, perhaps we could sneak around and work out what's in that glass box.
All right. I'll use up my sleeve if I can to pull out like some lockpicks.
Yeah.
You
Maybe
definitely,
you should
definitely,
lockpick.
no doubt, you've got some lockpicks.
All right.
You know.
I'll look away again.
Oh my god. All right.
Well, we just marry him already. Dang.
All right. All right. So that will be probably what, larceny and dexterity again?
Yes, it will.
I mean, if that don't work, Dell does have sorts of an idea.
So before you tell me your results, I'm going to let you know this, Norio. The locks around here are pretty decent locks, but you're skilled. But this is going to be a difficulty of 2, and in order to do this without being heard as the latch clicks over, that's a complication on this.
What? So Tam,
yes.
Out of all those dice, I didn't succeed on any of them, but I did roll a 1.
Oh, lovely.
Norio's still high.
So as you are attempting to work on this lock and you're making the turn in there, and you hear a click for a moment, and you're like, and then you realize the click was the end of your lockpick snapping off in the lock. And now the lock is jammed. This is a dual cylinder lock, and your lockpick is jammed in the lock to the point that you couldn't even get a key in it to open it. You have successfully jammed the lock from both sides.
Great. There goes my plan.
I heard a
Smooth move.
click. Did you do it?
Smooth move. Okay,
guy. Maybe there's another way out.
God damn it.
Yes,
the only
Joe.
way out is going back down the pipe. It's the only way out.
You guys have a stock of rewrites, by the way, just FYI. Yes, Joe.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd like to look around, and I think I'd like to suggest one of those rewrites. You see, I think this facility, although it is a fine military facility, they have overlooked something very important. There is ducts leading into this room, and although the door is blocked, that duct is open.
I will take that as 1 vote from Mary Jane for a yes. How about the rest of the writing room here?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
so that's
fine.
going to cost 3 out of your queue, which is going to leave you with 18 because I added 1 for your botch there as well. So that's going to leave you with 18 in the rewrite queue. You're basically back to your original rewrite queue. But amazingly, as you're looking around and, everybody's looking down, Joe just thinks for a moment. And by doing that, he puts his hand under there and he kind of looks up a little bit and sees a duct.
And look right there. Look right there. Now, I don't know about the rest of you, but with my extreme physical fitness, I know we can get up in that vent, and I'll lift any of you that can't quite make it.
Oh, I'm in the cheer squad. I'm really good at getting into small spaces, too.
Bet you are.
Well, I thought it was the fellas that did that, but I'll lift you up if you need it.
I was gonna make a joke.
Well, it depends how much they pay.
What?
Yeah.
Hey,
Just
that
know
business
that
is
the
between her and the gentleman at the bus stop. Leave her alone.
Thanks,
Who's
Joe.
Or the bleachers.
Oh, Lord.
Wow. All those
Well-
times I called you a whore, I was just kidding.
Again, the door is now jammed, and they may eventually come back for you. The duct is fairly high up. You know, these old industrial buildings, they got them pretty tall. So I'm going to say that this ductwork is at least 16 feet up in this storage room. Okay. It also has a covering on it that will have to be removed in order to get into the ductwork.
Is there anything we can stack up in here, or is it just us? We've got boxes.
This is a cleaned out room. This is probably where they detain people. So it's just y'all.
Well,
Okay.
in the cheer squad, we do a thing where we kind of stack up and then have someone on the top. I could teach you all with it.
This is not the cheer squad, and we don't have time for that. That's stupid.
No, that sounds like a good plan.
Thanks, Mary Jane. I wasn't the one who just jammed a door.
Or at least
Well,
the only
barring
plan.
that, I think I got something here, and he will reach down into his trousers, and he'll grab something that's been
Whoa.
hanging down the side and pull it up.
Whoa.
It's a rope.
Oh,
This is my tools of the trade, you see. I'm always prepared. You never know. A few feet of rope could make the
What?
difference.
I just got to ask, how long is this how long is this rope, and how thick is this rope that's been hanging down your pants for all this time?
Well, it's probably about half the thickness of a Coke can, and it's been wrapped up around the bottom of my shoes all day. So I'd say probably about 10 feet. It's not going to get us all the way, but it'll help.
All right. Very good. Very good. So you got 10 foot of rope now.
If we can get one person up there, we can perhaps get enough rope hanging down to get the rest of the people up there.
Yeah, we gotta
Who's the
start.
willing victim in this case?
I'm also used to being thrown in the sky.
We
Somebody
have a
throw her.
volunteer.
Dale, say between the both of us, if we set up our hands for her, do you think we could get her up there?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
All right. Well, I'll let you take the lead on this one. I believe in you.
Yeah, and look at my hands covered in seaweed seeds. Yeah. What I'm doing now, I'm shaking my
seaweed.
hands. I'm shaking the gunk off my hands. Just enough.
Norio, your
So-
contact high is going to roll off. Dale, I'm not going to give you a contact high on this, but because you were covered in the muck and stuff, you've scraped out. Reality is too much, and the sweat would have burned through this a little bit quickly. You do have a case of the munchies, though. Both of you are getting a little hungry all of a sudden. But here's what we're going to do for this. For the two people who are going to attempt to launch this young lady up into the air, that sounds a bit like might, because there's a bit of strength that needs to go into this, and athletics is what I'm thinking fits really good for this, unless you got something else that goes with it.
No, that actually fits.
All right. So what's your die pool for that going to be, Dale?
You said might and athletics.
Might and athletics.
Oh, I have 2 in might, and that's it.
All right. And how about you, Joe?
Well, I got 6, but I do have a question for you, and you'll forgive me for not knowing the system. But
You have a question
I
about
have-
6?
yeah, well, I've got a favored stunt here, which is peak of physical fitness, and I don't know if that can assist me here.
Well, you haven't earned any stunt points yet is my only thing. So if you get enough on there to do that, I think that'll be good. So we will come back to that because I think that's a good point. Kitty, for you, however, you're attempting to go up in the air and somehow manage to. There's a grate covering the duct. So in order to get into this, you're going to have to, in some way, remove that grate. So I'd kind of like to hear what your plan is once you are up there in the air.
Well, my thought is that when they lift me up, that I grab hold of the grate, then pass it to someone else, and then climb on up. I've got the groove, which means that I have expert timing and practice athleticism.
Okay, well, they
bet
said
you
they were going
have.
to. They said they were going to throw you up into the air because it's
Yeah,
16 feet up. How tall are you,
Yeah.
Kitty?
I'll grab it,
But how
Come
tall
down,
is
they
but how
catch
tall is
me.
Kitty? Is the question.
and then I put it down, and then they throw me back up again.
Okay. Well, the problem is it's screwed in. It's got two screws,
Well, then
one on
I
either
hold
side.
on to it.
How many screws? How many screws?
Two, one on each side.
As many as I have shots in a Derringer.
He does got a point. We can just,
Now
just shoot it up.
that might attract attention,
Well, they
but
can't
you're
get in
welcome
the
to
room.
try it.
They can't get in the room right now.
Well,
So
that's
it's like,
true. That's true. I don't have any problem
Lock
with you
is jammed.
doing it.
I
So,
do
I'll
have
keep
long
lookout.
fingernails, so if I hold on, I could unscrew it with a fingernail.
okay. So just so I'm getting a picture, because we got a lot going on here, and this is going to be a trip and a half. To begin with, Norio is going to attempt to shoot the screws out of the grate. Okay, which is wonderful. Following that, Dale and Joe are going to take Kitty, toss her up. She's going to attempt to grab the grate, pull it off, land with it, and then get tossed up again and go inside the grate. And then we'll figure out the rope and everything else from there.
All in a bikini.
Wait a minute. Joe and Dale have to put on bikinis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's not in my contract. No.
Well,
Please,
to start,
it's in mine.
so to start with, Norio, you got 2 shots.
Yep.
One
I think
opportunity.
we're just going to I'm thinking dexterity and where is shooting on here? Aim. Shooting so dexterity and aim, unless you want to use something else.
Okay.
Survival?
Close.
Close combat?
No, it wouldn't be close combat.
Yeah.
It's with a gun. I think
Aim is
the only
aim
thing.
is generally for firearms.
Would
And it would make
survival
sense
work?
if you're trying to aim really good in this situation.
It would have to be. It'll probably have to be dexterity and aim,
Well, then-
unfortunately. But I am going to use talent for destruction this time if I can.
Does that give you another thing?
That give me. It should give me 2 extra dice to a relevant roll. All right.
So in case this part of the plan fails, you know.
Oh.
Oh my God, Chops.
Got that one.
Was this not a bathing suit scene?
I turned my eyes away from the camera for 2 minutes.
All we did was look away. That's all we did.
Well played, sir. Well played. How'd it go there, Norio?
I got a success.
All right. That's going to be enough to get one of them off of it. So ping. So the grate's now got 1 screw out of it. Let's try your second shot.
Oh, okay. How many dice was that?
So it's 2 plus 1, then it's 1 and plus 2 with destruction.
Couldn't do it with the shirt I have on. So don't ask me to do it. Please do not ask me to do it.
You can re-roll that one. No, you got
Oh,
re-roll that
oh.
one.
Let me re-roll this one. Yep.
Oh, this is why I love you, buddy. How'd it go? Sorry, I'm
3
I
successes.
just can't turn my eyes away.
This is. I can't.
All right,
Yeah.
with three successes, you definitely get this, and you've got a couple of extras left over. So I'm going to let you hold those. Those are going to become points that you can use to enhance a roll later, or you can actually spend them on a stunt if there's something that fits.
All right.
And I'm going to even allow you, because this is a little off the side, I'm going to allow you to help somebody else out with the stunts if there's some stunt they want to perform that this'll work for, because that's a good roll. You should be
Thanks.
properly rewarded for it. All right, Joe and Dale. We're going to start with Dale's roll, as he is going to attempt to help throw her up into it. Let's see how we get there.
I have 2 successes on that.
On 2 die, that is awesome. All right.
Yeah, surprisingly.
All right, Joe. So far we're doing fairly good here. We're going to get her up to that the first time. 3 successes. All right. So, Kitty, you get on their arms in between them, and they heave you up into the air, and you just kind of fly up. Let's see how you do.
Can I roll athletics and dexterity?
Absolutely. That's what I was even going to suggest.
And with my oh, I need to. That's your sheet.
It is.
Oh
Sorry.
man, that's even
Oh,
better.
get your sheet
though.
together.
Well done.
Come on, come on, come
Oh,
on.
You must get your
rolled-
sheet
you rolled
together.
first.
Athletics, 2 more. And then can I use my got the groove, which means I have expert timing and practice athleticism?
Absolutely.
Does that give me 2 extra dice?
Let me look it up on your sheet because I don't have your sheet in front of me.
It's a trademark. I sent the thing in the Zoom
Oh,
chat.
I'm sorry. Well, that's not the detail I need, so.
Doesn't specify on the sheet, but most of the other ones do, but that one doesn't specify anything.
Well, you know what? Yes.
2.
Yeah.
Hey. I got 2 successes.
All right. That is going to be enough for you to grab hold of this, come down, and just nail the landing.
And she bows.
So you now have 16 feet in the air, an open duct.
Ready for round 2, guys?
You say that a lot, don't you?
Don't forget the rope.
Yeah, I'm not gonna forget the rope. Yeah.
I will. Yeah,
I wouldn't touch that bit.
Yeah, I'll hoop the rope around my waist and kind of just tie it slightly so it'll be with me.
Okay. All right.
Would I be rolling the same thing?
Let's get them to roll the heave first.
Before we throw it a hoe. Sorry. It was there. I had to say it. And I got 2 successes on that.
Dang.
Heave
all
the
right.
hoe.
Wait a minute. That's the same roll as last.
Yeah, it is. I have good dice.
I like to
My
say
my
that
my might is literally 2.
That's good enough. That's good enough. All right. So you are hurled up into that thing, and I mean we're doing good enough on rolls here, Kitty. You catch the edge of it.
Just a quick thing in there. Something that Norio said was he shoots while Kitty is being thrown and goes, pull, misses Kitty, and then that's when he hits the thing.
Very good. I like that. That's your stunt. You just she's jumping up. You shoot. This thing whizzes past her, clips a tiny bit of hair, just one little follicle. Slowly wafts its way down.
Damn it.
So I don't need to roll, or do I need to roll?
No, I'm not going to make you roll on this one. You guys have done so good. I think we should just progress the story along the timeline.
Is there anything in there that I can attach the rope to bring so people can climb up?
No, it is a duct. It goes in about 10 feet and then branches off to the left and the right.
All right. I am like holding the sides with both like legs and arms, like holding the sides, the rope tied around her waist so then people can climb up. She's like trying to hold on.
Well, as per usual, everyone's going to have to climb on top of Kitty.
Now I gotta ask this Kitty. Face up or face down? How are you in the
top? You know what? Let's say every time the person comes up, it's like a different side. It's like she's rolled over.
Well, I'm thinking the camera's panning this view to show that you're in there, so it's got you like this.
Oh, yeah, we'll have her laid on her back then.
Oh my god!
With this big, long line.
Well, think about it, Norio. She says she's flexible, right?
And then
she says she's flexible.
Yeah, she's flexible. So I'm assuming you're just inside the vent. So in order to make it up this, people are going to have to jump up, grab the rope, and then climb the rope. to make it in while this thing is tied to Kitty.
Huh. No pressure. Just don't break her back.
So let's start. Well, I'll let you guys figure your order here. But Kitty, I think this is going to take some might or stamina and athletics to keep you in this position here. As you have become the anchor.
I will do stamina, and where is might at? Oh no! So would it not be a skill and an attribute, or
we can do attribute and attribute, or attribute and a skill. I'm good either way. I'm.
Could I do dexterity and stamina?
No, because this isn't necessarily a dexterity thing. I think might is the one I'm most concerned about because
might and
trying
stamina.
to be a so.
All right. 1 success.
All right, I'm going to give that, depending on who's climbing, that might or might not be enough to hold you in place. We'll see how it goes. Who's going to go up? Who's going to go up the kitty rope first?
You know, if I climb up, what if I take over the duty from her?
Oh, absolutely.
Please. So, yeah.
But it depends on who wants to go up first. I mean, do you send the lightest or?
Let me up there.
Yeah, if we send a person who can actually anchor up, and then
you got 3 people who can anchor up. Like,
I'd definitely like to go last. I want to be at the bottom of the rope, ready to receive if anybody needs it.
Yeah, okay. Noria, you go first.
I have so many questions and I want none of the answers.
You know, Joe, I'm actually working on some other films after this. Maybe you should get in contact with that director. I think you'd be fit for the job.
Geez, not now.
Not right now. We're on the clock. Well, I'm not getting paid. What do I care?
Right.
Wait, you're not getting paid?
Hey, action.
Yep. All right, climbing up. So what'll that be?
I'm thinking maybe my first thoughts are might and athletics.
Makes sense to me.
anyone outside noticed any of this commotion?
Two. Yeah, I got 2. 2 successes.
That's the fun thing. I'm sorry. 2 successes? All right. That's the fun thing is I actually rolled a couple of dice on the sly over here just to see if anybody outside noticed. And apparently this room has some soundproof qualities to it.
One-way soundproofing.
Yeah.
A miracle.
The miracle of soundproofing.
Right. All right, so with 2 successes, how did I do?
All right. I think that's going to be enough to get you up there. No problem. Right. And her one, as you're getting close to the top, she kind of slides a little bit. Her feet come out. She almost kicks you in the face, but then instead they go by the sides of your head. But she is able to get a grip and hold on to the ridges inside the ductwork. And you are able to climb up and climb into the area.
Now I know where I know her from.
I, for one, don't want to be between your legs. So could you just give me that rope and get further down the duct? My God.
Okay. And she'll like untie the rope and like kind of like shakily hand it to Norio.
All right, Norio. So you are in the duct.
Yep, he'll tie
Kitty's
it on.
Moved a little bit further in. Say again.
He'll tie it on and use himself as the anchor.
All right. Bracing yourself the same way.
Sure. Oh, wait, no. Hold on. Instead of that, hold on. Instead of that, he's going to take his overshirt off and tie it on to the end of the rope as sort of an extension of it.
Okay, good plan.
And then hang it down further that way.
Okay. So it's tied around your waist still, and you're using your feet and your hands as anchors against the side of the duct.
No, I've changed my plan. I'm going to be holding it instead of tying it around.
Oh, okay. All right. So this duct is going to be I'm going to say it's just tall enough for you to sit up in, just to make this easier. So it's pretty good
Alright.
size commercial duct. So you got your hands wrapped around this thing. I'm gonna give you good solid position as an anchor because Kitty's there too, and if you started to slide or anything, I think she'd be able to help you. So I think we're gonna go with
I
that.
don't know. Norio kind of scares me.
Well, he kind of scares all of us. Who's next?
You're just trying to shoot me.
I could do with a boost to, get up on the roof and make a start.
Great.
Yeah, I'll give you a boost.
All right.
Right.
So
can do
Dale,
this, Mary Jane.
I'm going to go with Mary Jane for her might and athletics to climb up the rope. And Dale, you're not having to throw her in this case because the rope's hanging down far enough that she can grab
Thank
it
goodness.
once you lift her up. So
Yeah.
You got this.
So again, this is going to be a difficulty 2.
I have not got this.
Breathe, Mary Jane. You got this.
No. Right. No, sorry. I have a story to get, and I must be willing. But I don't know if I've got anything I can add to this. I don't know if not soft can apply to this because that's really like violence and extortion.
yeah.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, no, I can't climb ropes. I'm not that good at athletics, and I'm not that strong. So how about you go, and I will watch the door, because yeah. Or I'll wait till last and you pull me up. How's that?
Okay, that works.
Worst case, Mary, they can hold my ankles while I reach down and pull you up.
Don't
Yeah.
don't give me any
It's,
ideas, please.
Yeah. No, I literally don't think I can actually do this. Someone else go next.
So who's giving it a shot?
I'm going. Joe said he was going to be last. So.
All right.
Unless that plan's changed, but yeah.
No, I'm happy to help you up there, bud.
Two again.
All right. That is enough to make it up there.
I mean, it's not my fault. I mean, yeah. Yep. And I look at Noria. Hey, you want me to take over for a while you go on ahead a bit?
No, I can probably take care of this. Don't worry. I'll ring up the rear.
And so I go on ahead, just ahead of Kitty. And then I look around a bit. I scout ahead a bit, see if I can see anything out of place or any sort of light. A whole light at the end of the tunnel sort of thing.
So you're going to try and slip past them into the tunnel.
Yep.
Thanks for helping me up, Dale.
Mm-hmm.
You should join the cheer squad.
No, thanks.
All right, so you're going to make it a little bit further into this. So we now have 3 people in a very small area in this ductwork that is suspended.
Maybe I'll move along a little bit.
And I think it's going to rattle a little bit and be a little bit noisy. So I'm going to need each of you to give me a dexterity larceny, and let's see how much noise you're making. Each of you that is in the ductwork at this point.
By the way, decent dice pool. Crying out loud.
Was it dexterity and larceny?
Yep.
So who has the smallest dice pool out of that? So
I have 8.
okay. How about you
I
guys?
got 6.
Okay, and Norio?
How many dice do you have?
looks like 5 dice.
Okay. So, Norio, you're first. I need to hear your results first.
1 success.
All right. So you're able to kind of wiggle around a little bit. You're not moving a whole heck of a lot, so your noise level's not going to be too much, but you do notice that it starts to jostle because these things are just held from straps that are attached to the ceiling. Dale?
Give me just 1 second. Okay. 4, 5. Why am I so good today? I got 6.
Holy cow. Are you using a
Is
roller?
No, I'm using my actual dice. They what I use for the any
All
other
right.
game. That
We're getting some water, some dish soap, and we're floating your dice. I'm joking. All right. Well, that's enough there. I'm just going to save the last roll because there's not worth doing. You guys have done enough that it shimmies a little bit, but you're able to stabilize it out. But you do realize that each time somebody comes up into this, it's going to get a little bit more difficult to keep the whole thing from vibrating. So, Dale, as you make it to the end of this route, it goes to the left and right. Which way do you want to proceed?
So what do I see exactly?
You're inside of a duct. The duct splits to the left and to the right.
So I'm gonna wait for everybody else before I do anything.
Okay, so you're just waiting there at that joint?
Mm-hmm.
That T?
Kitty would go ahead.
Oh, okay. Which way are you going to go?
Kitty'll go right because right is right.
All right.
She's gonna go between those legs. Watch.
You make your way on to the right a little bit. All right. Who's coming up next?
Well, Miss MJ, I'd like to give you a hand up. If you tie that rope around yourself, I am sure that the ones up at the top there will pull you up. And if you should fall, don't you worry. I'll take care of you.
All right. Could you perhaps pull me up? I don't know how to climb a rope.
I can hear you. Sure, I'll try and pull you up.
Right,
come on.
So, Joe, you're going to attempt to lift her up to the rope. Mary Jane, you're going to attempt to secure yourself inside of the rope. Norio, you're going to attempt to pull her up. So I think the main role here is going to be primarily on Norio, and this is going to be a might. And let's go with athletics. Well, because you're trying to hold your anchor position in here as well while pulling somebody up. So I'm going to give this a couple of difficulties on here, okay? First off, I think the difficulty of getting her in, we've said it's a 2. So that difficulty's there to begin with. But I'm going to raise it 1 level because you've got to maintain your anchor point. So you're going to have a difficulty of 3. And I'm going to put a complication on here too, that the knot may come undone on Mary Jane as she is coming up onto this. And if so, she's going to have to grasp to maintain grip on this, and she's going to lose her glasses and they're going to break. I don't know how good her vision is without them, but it could break her glasses.
She comes up to the doctor like, who is that?
So we've got 2 so far. Let's see if I can get another one on the reroll.
Ingo's gonna ask.
So difficulty 3 with a complication of 1, so you need 4 successes.
2 successes.
God dang it.
If you spread eagle in the van, it helps you secure better.
I bet you I could spread eagle.
So as this happens, as he starts to pull Mary Jane forward, you hear this as he is slowly pulled towards the edge of the duct.
Dale!
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Mary Jane,
Let go.
Mary Jane, the rope starts to come undone, so you immediately grasp to try and get the rope, and your glasses go flying off. they hit the ground and break.
There goes that. All right, so what do I need to roll to assist Norio in pulling her up?
Well, I mean, you weren't planning on assisting, and you're a very good distance away from him, so I think the ability to dive in and get him would take a bit of a miracle at this point. So, unless you want to figure out a way you can do this and take it to the script writers.
If we play some dramatic music and have him just, like, the very last second where we think, like, Norio's gone over the edge and, like, his hand falls and then just...
I mean...
That's not bad. What? Okay, that sounds like a rewrite to me. That he is going, because he was going to fall out of this thing, and he's still coming out of it. But Dale can grab him at the last minute.
Then he's got like one hand on the edge, and then, you know.
I got one hand on the edge, and I'm grabbing the rope with my other hand, and I'm just pulling.
All right, everybody agree? How are we in the script room? All right, this is amazing as Norio slips out of it and begins to fall. Mary Jane, however, because of the as it was going, is gently lowered to the ground. Her feet come up firmly on the ground just as Norio falls out of the edge. Dell dives forward, grabs his wrist,
and just pulls. I'm just pulling at this point.
So we have a dangling Norio at the moment.
Oh boy.
And you hear a noise at the door. Like somebody trying to jiggle the handle to get in. What's going on in there?
Aerobics.
Exercises.
Something came up the pipe. I think it was some kind of monster. It was hideous. It was covered in mud. And it was some kind of fish person. It came up the pipe.
That's just Norio.
Shush, woman.
Get up there. And I think he took some of them. There's less of us here than there were before.
Why can't I get this door? What did you guys do to this door? My key won't open the lock. Now, they don't have a view because the door faces into the room and the duct's over here, so they have no idea what's going on the other side. But he does look through the window and he looks at Joe and he goes, "Why are you in a bikini?"
It was a dare.
Sorry, go ahead.
I said it was a dare and he lost.
Yeah, and besides, aerobic activity is always best when you can expose as much skin as possible. It lets all the sweat get out, and I don't like wearing it.
Who's that said that about the dare?
Nobody. Oh, you're hearing things. Maybe it's down the pipe. Sound echoes strangely sometimes.
Been practicing my ventriloquism.
But I think you should focus. There was some monster. There are fish people. Are you not concerned about this?
Yes, ma'am, we are. I recommend you all move to the far corner. We're going to go get a blowtorch and cut through the door. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Good. Take your time.
Everyone just remain calm.
Please be fast.
So what I roll to pull him up so you can pull Mary Jane up? I figure she's still.
I think this is going to be a might athletics roll. Mary Jane, I just got to ask: are you still holding on to the rope?
I was not. No.
Ah, darn. Okay.
Dang it.
So you just got to pull him up. I think that's a difficulty 2 to pull Norio back up into the tube with you.
Go on without me.
Not leaving you here. Not leaving you here. And I got 2 again.
All right, so you are able to pull him up into it, and you hear his equipment is being set down outside the door, and then you hear, and you see his sparks start flying through on this side of the door as they are cutting through it. You've got just a few minutes before they're going to be in the room.
Come on.
I know. We got to try it again. Mary Jane, grab the rope.
But if it doesn't work,
we'll pull you up.
Yep.
There's no time to waste. They're already cutting the door. So we might as well.
Go on. Actually, I'll be a distraction. I'll keep them busy.
No,
You
we're
go
not. We're
find
not.
out.
No, we're not leaving you
I'll be
here.
fine. Go, and I let go of the rope.
No.
All right, so we have Mary Jane and Joe downstairs. Everybody else is upstairs in the ductwork.
I pass the rope to Joe. Fine, go if you want to go.
No, I'm not leaving you behind. We'll stick together. We'll tie them up a little while. Give them time.
Dale, you go ahead.
I'm not leaving nobody else behind. No, I'm not
You
doing
go
that again.
ahead. I'll help them. Just go.
Kitty, how far down the ductwork are you going to go?
Kitty was gonna head to the right and kind of have a look of what's going on. Probably hearing the screech, I imagine she came back to the opening, not down the actual duct because she doesn't want it to break. But seeing that it's only Dale, and hearing this conversation, she'll be like,
"Oh, so it's just you and me, Dale."
Go on. Don't leave her alone.
Dale's like, I'm out.
She'll ruin everything if you do. Can't leave her unsupervised. She's like a child.
Yeah, you got a point. But Mary Jane is like my best friend. You just keep her safe, all right? And he turns and leaves.
She's my friend too. Don't worry.
Where are you leaving to, Dale? Because there aren't many options.
I'm going towards the right where Kitty is.
Come with me,
Okay.
Dale.
All right.
I don't have much of a choice, but might as
So
well.
the two of you are going to shimmy down the ductwork?
Yep.
All right. Dale, sorry. Norio, apparently nobody else is coming up the rope. So what are you going to do?
I'm going to
You're just
wait for
gonna
them to bust. I'm going to wait for them to bust in, and the first guy I see, I'm going to jump down on top of them with a flying kick.
All right. You still have the rope tied to you unless you undo that, by the way.
I'm gonna take the rope off of me.
All right.
Put my shirt back on.
Where are you going to put the rope?
Might keep it and use it as a weapon. I can garrote somebody with it.
But that's Joe's.
Well,
Joe, do you want your rope back?
It's not going back where it came from anytime soon. Once I whip it out, it stays out.
And it's out. And there we go.
I find that concerning, but
Yeah.
Downstairs. Everybody else is up in the ductwork. Norio's waiting there. The other two are investigating. Joe and Mary Jane, you see as this torch cuts a swath around the lock area. And as it burns through it's about to burn through the last bit. Is there anything you want to do before they come through that door?
I'm going to try to... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Darnell.
You go ahead.
I was going to say, Miss Mary Jane, if you want to get behind me, I'm not going to let anybody get past me, because if they're going to go through me, well, they got to go through me.
Sure. I'll step behind Joe and I'll pick up the duct cover and just kind of
I saw
hold
at
it.
least one smile, and I smiled. Then it's not really half the table, though, so sorry about that. All right. Sorry, go ahead, Mary Jane. He used to quip. I didn't want to miss the point that he used to quip. So.
I smiled.
I'd like to pick up the fallen near the duct cover. And
Okay.
I've stepped behind Joe and trying not to hold it in plain sight, but I'd like to hold it just in case, you know.
All right, so you've got this duct cover that obviously covers a fairly good sized duct, and you are trying to hide it behind the bikini clad Joe.
Yeah.
I think that's going to take probably a little bit of dexterity and a tad of larceny to be able to hide something like that.
Yeah.
If you've got something else you want to use, I'd love to hear it.
I have dexterity and I have larceny.
Well, that works out well then.
That is a single success.
All right, I'm going to give it that these guys are a little bit more attentive on the things that you said, that something came out of the grate, and Joe's standing there in a bikini, and you're standing behind him for some reason. And Joe, Joe, let's see what the impact of you in a bikini is. I think this takes a little bit of presence, and as you are posing yourself as a piece of artwork here, I'm going to go, you can either go persuasion or humanities. As you strike this physique this pose of the Adonis.
I've got neither of those, so it's just going to depend on my radiant presence.
Well, I think we know how that's going to go.
That's botch.
Thank you. Now we know. So they cut through the last swash of that. The door breaks open. They come charging in with guns and they say, "Where's the monster?" And then they're going to see Joe. And immediately they are overtaken with nausea. But in this, they think, well, that big blob of thing is covering Mary Jane. She must be in trouble. That must be the monster. And they're going to charge in. They are going to charge in and attempt to rescue Mary Jane from the creature. So I am going to need either a dexterity or a might and athletics close combat as you go hand to hand with this well-trained soldier.
Can Norio do his drop kick on the guy?
Yeah, I was going to jump kick on the first guy I saw come in.
Since you had that pending, I think that's a good idea. He will charge in. Also, Mary Jane, I know you were preparing for something, so I'm going to leave it up to you two to decide who acts first. So
I think Norio is probably more on the ball.
Okay. So Norio, I think there's a little bit of athletics in this, and you can pair that with whichever attribute you think is best. Might, dexterity.
I use
resolve.
might.
Okay.
You think this is athletics rather than close combat? Well, it doesn't matter, actually.
Well, you know, you can do close combat if you want to. I'm good with that. If you have any, if you have anything else that could help, a trope, a trademark.
I have a trope that is hand-to-hand combat or hand-to-hand training.
Okay.
Would that work, you think?
I think that definitely could apply.
What would that add?
Let's see, you are. I don't have this system memorized yet, so I apologize for my delay as I have to look things up, folks. I'm apologizing to the viewers. You guys, you can look it up on your own.
So.
So, I'm sorry. You're using your hand-to-hand training?
Hand-to-hand training, yes, sir.
You get an extra die.
Okay. So that is 1, 2, 3. Right. So that looks like 7 to me. Just 1. Yeah, that stinks. All right, I've got 1 success.
Unfortunately, this soldier is well trained, and as you come flying out of this thing, and he is running forward, charging towards the large beast that he sees in front of him, for a moment, in the reflection of Joe's eye, he sees movement up from the ductwork, and with his lightning fast reflexes, he is going to turn and punch you and knock you back against the wall, and you are going to take a damage for that.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Well, technically a stunt double gets the damage, right?
Well, if he calls in
we can't afford stunt doubles right now.
I'll take it.
All right, we are now back into the next person, so Mary Jane, if you were prepared to do something, I'll let you do that before Joe has to defend himself again. I'm going to say that the guy's a little bit distracted. He just punched somebody else, so.
Well, if someone's coming at Joe, it definitely looks like a threat. I'm going to take this grating and just slam it into them.
All right. Because this lightning fast reflex soldier has just turned his attack and his attention towards Norio, which effectively puts his back at you. I'm going to give you a couple extra dice on your die roll.
Oh, I was going to use. No, you know what? I'm still going to use not soft because.
Okay, well that's cool. You get all. You get all of this. You get all of this.
So yeah, I'm not a damsel in distress.
All right.
Okay, that's a 9, and that's 10 is 2 successes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's
so
correct.
3 successes total out of 5 dice.
All right. What is your intent with this? Are you trying to injure him, or are you trying to take him out of the fight?
Take him out of the fight.
Take him out of the fight. You come around and you come up with this great, and I'm going to give you benefit for having that, and you just conk this guy over the head. And he looks up and looks around at you for a moment, catches your eyes again, and this is the same soldier from outside who had looked at you for a moment as he collapses to the floor. However, that does not stop the soldier behind him from still coming in to try and attack the beast as they are trying to figure out what's going on in this room. Unfortunately for this soldier that's coming in who just rolled a botch, he comes into the room, and where you are standing, it's very close to the grate that Dale had come out of. So there's slime on the floor, and as he approaches you, he slips and goes sliding right down the tube. And there's a sound as he makes contact, seals up the entire frame of it, and just forms a suction. He is now stuck in this tube as well. But this leaves the other soldiers, and now the attention of the scientists from the other room. As you hear the doctor, "What is going on in here? What? Who are these people? What are they doing in my experiment?"
Your experiment? Tell us, what's going on here?
Why is she getting the grates thingy?
I have a crate and I'm not afraid to use it.
What is the meaning of all this? You are infecting my science.
I look to Joe.
Look,
To the grate.
I'm here to get answers about my lost partner. And I may just be a disgraced cop, but you're going down, mister. And I'm going to charge at this scientist and try to use my judo on him to put him in a lock.
All right. I think that's a close combat. I'm going to let you do might or dexterity on this. Either one is good for me. That is sufficient as you run forward. And who are you taking? This is on the soldier, right? The first soldier in the room?
The scientist. I want to take him.
Oh, you're going to get the... All right. You are able to move past in these stunning... You tell me how it works. Tell me how you get across the room to where the scientist is and past these soldiers who are lining the door. Because this has got to be interesting.
I flit across the room like a ballerina, swirling around every man, making sure that I rub my arms across the side of their faces to let them know that I could have taken them, but I didn't. And then I'm going to grab a hold of this scientist and I'm going to say, "Now look here. Nobody move an inch, or your head man ain't going to be a head man for very long."
Was that one of your quips?
No, that's just something I made up.
Even better. All right. Meanwhile, as all this is happening, Kitty and Dale, you reach a point over one of the shelves that you saw that goes up towards the ceiling. You notice there's lights hanging that are shining down on these shelves, very bright. And there's a small vent that opens, and you can just push it open if you want to. But it is going to drop you down on top of one of these shelves, and each one of these shelves is lined with these bricks of plant material.
If we peek through it, can we see what's in the room?
Looking around from where you're at, you can again see the glass chamber that's smoke filled. You can see that most everybody has congregated over by the door to the room that you were probably in. You can tell it's that room because everybody's there. There's a cutting torch. There's soldiers with guns. And you see, probably the most descriptive thing is you see Joe in a bikini holding somebody in a white lab coat around the throat.
I knew why I trusted Joe. He's real good, isn't he?
And his mustache kind of goes over the man in the lab coat's bald head and makes him look like he's got a little ring.
Dale, do you think we should try and climb down these? Maybe cast a distraction for her?
So you're a good 20 feet in the air, just to let you know.
Ooh.
Oh, dang.
Oh boy.
But you could drop down on one of the shelves. I mean, the shelves
Yeah,
aren't
like-
that far below you, so.
Yeah, we can.
I'm pretty athletic, Dale. Are you?
No,
Do you want me to help and lower you down?
we don't have the rope anymore, do we?
No, I know, but I could hold your hand and you could go down slowly.
Yeah, I keep going down slowly.
So I think Kitty will try and like help him go like down the out of the side, because obviously she can probably like get down herself, so she just wants to help him get down.
Okay. I'm saying on your side, this is probably... I'm going to put a dexterity in athletics for you and a might in athletics for Dale.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I need to know the number of die in your die pools.
Mine is 2, as usual.
That is 8, I think. Yes.
Oh, wow.
8.
So Dale, you're going to go first.
Yeah.
Your difficulty for coming out of this pipe and being able to stay on the shelf. Okay. Because that's where the whole limit of this is going to be, because the shelves are full of stuff. It's going to be a difficulty of 2 for you to safely make it onto this shelf. Okay. Complications are going to be, there are 3 bricks of plant material there. So for each one of those bricks, that's a complication that they may fall off and draw attention to the fact that you are there.
Right.
This is a
I
combined roll, though. It's not your roll alone.
Okay.
So
Okay, I also have got the groove as one of my trademarks, apparently.
okay. And what does that do for you?
I don't know what it does. I know it gives Kitty a extra time in practice athleticism, but I don't know what the effect it's going to have on Dale, because apparently that's on his sheet too.
If you've got it as well, we're going to roll a die to it.
Oh, finally! Should have used this last time.
Is
I
it
think
1 die or is it 2 die?
I don't think he's going to die, but
I'm not going to die anytime soon.
I'm going to add 1 for this. Because he's got lucky die anyway.
Would I be able to add that to mine too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just 1, yeah?
Yep.
Hey, I think I did it. I got more lucky die again. I got 3 successes off that. Yeah.
All right. Kitty, how did
And
your
no,
roll
folks,
go?
my dice ain't cursed. I just.
Where's
I'm not saying
Urian?
that
I need
name.
Urian in here. Could somebody get Urian to come into the chat, please?
Man in here? Come on, no. I like my dice.
Usually pops up. I think this is the only reason you're rolling lucky. It
He's
actually
not-
keeps
yeah, he
bringing it
hasn't
down to
joined
the
in here, so-
baseline.
He's probably at work.
Mm.
You know, some people have to work for. Yeah, Steve Perry is working. There we go. But I will
There you
invoke the curse in
go!
his name. Thank you, Shanky. How did it go, Kitty?
I got 4 successes.
That is more than enough, and I'm even going to let that help you if you want to come out and follow him onto it. And the 2 of you slip onto the top of this shelf. The downside is this light, as it's hitting you, you realize that you're instantly beginning to sunburn. Something
Oh.
about this light is not natural.
We need to get out of here.
I mean, we could maybe stay to get a slight tan.
I'm not trying to burn up here, Kitty. You can go to the tan you want. I mean, it'll look good for you, but I don't want to burn up right now.
All right.
Not when our friends are in danger right now.
Looking around the room, is there anything I can see, or is it just bricks and this light potentially doing something?
Yeah, it's the bricks of plant material which as you are now closer to it, you realize these are the same plants that you saw outside of Sunny's.
Oh, seaweed one.
And in fact, they also appear to be the same leaves that were rolled up in those Jazz cigarettes. And there's a stamp on each brick package that says artichoke.
Oh. How big are the bricks?
They're pretty good size. I'm going to say they're about the size of a brick. That's a good one, wasn't it?
Kitty potentially have one of those like beach fanny pack stuff that has like, you know, sun cream, glasses, that kind of stuff on it?
Well, the last thing you told me that you were in a bikini, and with all the stuff you're doing, I don't know that you'd have a bag for that.
Don't worry
unless,
about it.
Unless, of course, you were wanting to maybe change something so that you did. I think a rewrite.
I don't know if it's worth.
Come on, rewrite. We might as well spend them.
All right, fine. I find a little bag in the room.
Everybody agrees she's got a little baggie with her.
That's fine.
Just big enough to hold a brick.
Just big enough.
Secretly.
If it's a dire situation, I can whack him with my bag. So yeah, Kitty's gonna put a brick in the bag to potentially take as like some sort of evidence, because she does not believe what is happening here is probably illegal, and it's probably something to do with the monsters. So after doing that, is there a exit in this room, like a door that we could potentially go through?
You have the glass chamber. You're on top of these shelves. You have the door where your friends were, but there's another door that everybody was brought in when they were brought into the room. It's like a double door off to the far side. So,
hey Dale, do we go help the others?
We got to. We came in together. Might as well go out the same way.
Aye.
And Kitty will so she's got the bag with a brick in. She's then gonna have a brick in each hand, and she's gonna go, I'm gonna throw it at him.
If it works, it works.
All right, who are you throwing it at?
Well, when we go to the door to help the others, if there's guards in there, she's just gonna be like, yeet. But with like jiggle physics.
All right. So first off, I think either you're going to walk around the shelves, which is going to keep you in this bright light, so we're going to have to handle that, or you're going to have to climb down off of these shelves. So what's your?
We have to climb.
Yeah,
we're climbing down. We're coming down at this point.
All right. Give me a dexterity and athletics to see how well you make it down to the ground. And while that is going on, one of the scientists is, Dr. Stein, look, it's obviously you've gone over the edge, and this project's gone too far. And silence.
What? Yes, how could you do this? Why? All this money, all this effort, what is it in aid of?
People, this is a top secret government. This is a top secret process and experiment.
Do it.
You know you want to monologue.
The soldier that's stuck half in. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, Mr. Scientist, it may be top secret, but I'd get to talking, or you're going to be bottom secret here in a minute.
And you hear the soldier who's stuck half in, half out of this tube goes, fellas, there's something in here. And then
I told you, monster.
Suddenly, he is ejected from the tube as Gilkin begin to emerge from this tube into the room. How did your rolls go?
I was just going to ask a quick question.
Sure.
Dr. Stein, when I check the script and look at the cast and things, is his first name Frank?
Does his middle name begin with an M?
No. Travis, if you're out there, is his first name Frank? Because I think it could be, but I think it'd be Frank though, maybe.
I just got one success.
That's sufficient to make it down.
Do we see the Gilkin coming out, or was that a different?
That's
area
in a different room from where you're at.
That's fine.
So you guys were making your way down. Dale?
I got 3 successes on that.
All right. Okay, the answer is it can be, and it is Stein.
Stein. Stein.
Of course it is.
Mhm.
So everybody starts rushing over towards that room, and then amidst the screaming, all of the scientist lab workers suddenly run the other direction towards the doors. And Stein says, "No, you cannot let them get away." So a couple of the guards peel off as well, while the other guards are like, "Well, what do we do about these things?" And the room is now filled with 6 Gilkin. And also with them is Sonny. He looks stone cold
yes.
sober. He looks stone cold sober, but he also looks terrified.
You. What are you doing
Okay,
here?
before we even
It's
say
like
anything, is me and Kitty caught up with the others yet, or are we still down the hall?
You and
climbing-
Kitty are near the glass chamber at the moment.
Sonny, they took you. How are you here?
They took me with them, and they brought me here, and I'm going to freeze you all right there as we go back to Kitty and Dale, as they are standing outside this glass chamber, and from inside they hear a sound.
Kitty, please tell me you heard that.
Yeah, I did. Was that not you?
No, that wasn't me. So I knock on the glass. Is anybody in there? And I try to peek in, see if I can see a shadow or anybody in there.
You do. You see a shadow, apparently moving a little bit, but apparently seems to be strapped down to something.
Is it
Oh, you
somebody we
thought
recognize?
so.
You can't see that clearly through the fog.
Lovely.
We need to rescue them, Dale.
How?
It's made of glass, right?
Yep.
And it got smoke in it. Do you really want that smoke out?
And it has
I have a
doors.
brick.
you have a
I
plant
do
brick?
have
Yeah.
a brick. Well, is there a door to it?
There are doors, absolutely.
I will attempt to open the door.
I'm
And-
going to go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll attempt to open the door. If it's locked, I've got another plan.
Let's say it's locked because I want to hear this other plan.
I have bricks.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we do got those bricks behind us we can use. If they're hard enough to break a glass. You know?
Well, let's find out how hard these bricks actually are made of this plant material. So I'm thinking might, and let's do this as a close combat, unless you got something else you want to use. I mean, if you're going to throw it, you can use aim, but that's up to you.
I'll do might and close combat.
Okay.
Can I mean, I've got a brick in each hand. If unsuccessful, can I throw another?
Add a die.
Okay.
Yeah.
That wasn't a happy roll.
I got a 1. Can I make
Ooh.
a suggestion?
And no
Have me
successes,
do it.
right?
And had
No
been-
successes and a 1. Have you ever seen that video of those 2 people trying to break into that gas station? They throw a brick and it bumps back and hits one of them.
I like it. It bumps back, hits you in the head, and you are, as the stuff gets into your eyes, you are temporarily blinded.
Oh my God, Dale, I can't see.
And as you are blinded and you are kind of going around the room, you find a table and you feel something move, like a switch has been flipped. And all of a sudden you hear, and And Dr. Stein
Kitty,
goes,
what did
"Oh
you
no,
do?
oh no, my experiment!" And the doors on the glass chamber go.
Dude, I let him out. Are
I
they
think
okay?
I think you let him out.
Kitty will kind of try, even with like this searing pain in her eyes, is going to try and navigate to the door to see if she can help whatever or whoever is in this room.
All right. As you, Dale, I assume you're just standing by watching all this.
I have to help at this point.
All right.
Can't leave her unsupervised, and she's kind of blinded right now, so I have to help her. So I'm guiding her into the room, and
All right. Inside the room, you see a young man strapped.
No, I don't.
Well, Dale does.
yeah, I do.
You do too. As you see him in Braille as you run your hands up and down, and fairly
Oh, you
nice
got
physique.
Just the right number of eyes.
Those aren't my eyes.
Those were in his eyes, Kitty. Those were in his eyes.
And that's not my nose either. As
And
you,
do you want to give him that? If you want to do that, can we wait? Can it wait until we leave? Then you can do that.
Anyway, as you guys get him unstrapped, you hear as Dr. Stein says, "My experiment, my super soldier, what have you done?"
Okay, he's in a room, right? Is that Dr.
Yep.
Stein's in the room? Okay, Mister, that won't buy you a half a stick of gum at a half a stick of gum store.
Are you okay over there?
I'm afraid I only saw a couple of laughs on that quip, and one of them was me.
And I had enough to mine. I don't know if that mine too. I don't know if that counts, but yeah.
So at this point, Dr. Stein, his employees having departed, just kind of, you can feel as he gives up. And he turns around, buries his face into your mustache, and sobs. All of my life's back!
There. It's okay. How about we get out of here whilst the alarm's going? We head down to the beach, we get a nice cold drink, and you and I can just sit and compare encounters with the unknown and write a wonderful story about this.
And the lead soldier says, "Well, I think that's a wonderful idea, except for them." And you see as these creatures, their gills flapping wildly on their side, their hands up menacingly as they approach you to the door.
Oh, let's run. Go.
I start dragging the scientist back. Mary Jane, come on, let's get the hell out of here. This ain't none of our business.
What are the rest of you doing?
I'm going to unstrap this guy. But does the guy look familiar since the smoke cleared?
No, he doesn't necessarily look like anybody you know, but he reaches up his hand and goes, "Thank you. Thank you for rescuing me. John Smith."
I'm Dale, this is Kitty. And we're going to get you out of here, and then we're all going to get out of here.
Great. As you begin
It's gonna
to...
be okay, John. It's gonna be fine.
Why are your eyes all red?
Oh, that bricks or whatever it was in it. Egg got her in the face. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm letting the joke pass. Just a moment. Okay, fine. I'm gonna let your eyes begin to clear. It's a little bit goggly and stuff, but you can kind of see the view out there, and you see as everybody starts making their way back towards the doorway, apparently having forgotten about you and Dale, as these Gilkin creatures emerge from the room. And Sonny, you hear Sonny's voice, "What about me?" As you all abandon him.
Kitty, what was that, Sonny?
I think so. Hey, John, do you know what those things are, those creatures?
I don't think they gave the extras any scripts.
And he looks at you and he goes, yes.
What are they?
No.
He's
Are
no
you
help.
broken?
Maybe.
Is this an 8-ball? I heard of those.
Well, I have been locked in a room for several days and they've been pumping me full of mysterious pot smoke. So I don't know if taking my decision should be really a good choice in any.
Kitty, we should go.
All right, John, you coming with us?
Okay, but what about the creatures? As now the creatures are between, as these people are trying to get out the door, which unfortunately it's a door that opens inward and they're all pushing outward on the door up against it. The Gilkin are approaching closer and they are between Kitty, John, Dale, and everybody else. And they look menacing.
Do they see us?
Oh, they see everybody as they're looking around. Their eyes are just red, beet red.
We were trapped here. We don't work here. I understand there's probably some misunderstanding. You just tell us what we can do to help.
And all of a sudden, they turn towards you. And you see as they their gills flap extra. And what they have for a nose flares. And then they all turn and go, "Arr!" and start heading straight towards Kitty at an increased pace.
I start throwing bricks from the tables. Throwing it.
All right. You throw these bricks at them and you hit them for a few and they stop for a moment. Well, you know what? Let's see how well you hit with this. Dexterity and aim, please.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
This can go one of two ways.
I have nothing. I have nothing in aim. Do I get a minus from that or anything?
Nope. Just flat. And if you got something else you want to throw in there, come on, because, you know.
I mean, I've got one where basically it's not, you don't standing up to bullies, sticking your ground, you know what I'm saying?
They're bullies. Absolutely. You're standing your ground.
Nasty bullies.
That's right.
And that I think is big stick. I don't know what that gives me though.
Let's just throw a couple of dice on there, because
Okay. 1, 2, 3. 3 successes.
Absolutely. You peg the first one. The brick hits and splatters out. He, of course, gets it in his eyes. But then the other ones, the two on either side of him, turn and they come over and they immediately start licking his face. Another one dives towards the brick that you threw at him and goes and starts rolling in it. The last two, however, their focus is still on you at the moment, Kitty.
Oh my God, this is just like my cat with catnip.
All right, so I just want to establish we haven't established yet where Norio is or what he's.
That is true. Norio's kind of been hanging out there for a while as he's laying on the floor.
Can I just enter the scene right here?
Absolutely. You're in the room with you were last in the room with Sonny, knocked against the wall. So however you want to play it, go for it.
All right. So there are these last couple of fishmen, right?
Yeah, they're heading towards Kitty.
All right. I'm gonna do something that no one would ever have expected. And I'm gonna jump in and kick one of these fishmen.
And I'm gonna punch the other one.
Hi-ya! You have to yell that when you do karate stuff.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, so while he's doing that, I'm punching the other one.
I'm sorry, I was slightly distracted as someone was giving me a message.
Yes, yeah.
So repeat it again, Norio. I am so sorry, but I only caught about half of that.
I jump in out of nowhere and kick one of these fishmen who are advancing on Kitty.
All right. Very good. Just give me close combat and strength roll.
All right.
So might.
Might, yeah.
Might be it.
Unfortunately, Mary Jane had to step away, so
How often
that
do
was
my
what was distracting me.
How often do my tropes come into things?
Anytime you want to pull them in.
Okay, yeah. So I'm going to use hand-to-hand training here, which would add what, another die?
Sure, sounds good to me, sir.
Okay. Two.
That is enough. You hit him and knock him away from Kitty, and he falls face first into one of the bricks that they had been throwing around.
Okay, I'm punching the other one. That would be, what would it be, might in close combat?
All right.
And I think I have, get off my land, because there are technically on my land too.
I'm good for it. I'm good for it. Go for it.
I peed here. This is my land.
Well, he's left enough of himself as he is merged with the sludge on the floor that I think he could claim it. Meanwhile, as all this is happening, the soldier who had looked longingly into Mary Jane's eyes has awakened from the floor, seen what was going on, and seeing the Gilkin. He takes her and secretly steals her away out a secret passage.
God damn it.
That's illegal.
Well, that's up to Mary Jane.
That's true.
He's taking her outside for one last dance. And only true Tom Petty fans got that one. But
Guys, don't hurt him. They're just hungry.
I'm not hurting them.
I'm not hurting them. I'm just punching them.
That was a good idea. Maybe we should have just let them eat you. Actually, why didn't I just let them eat you?
She might like you too much. That's why.
How'd it go, Dale?
I got 6.
Oh, well, holy cow. You pummel this guy in the next week, and then you're standing over him as he's laying just flat out on there, and Sonny comes up and says, Dale, snap out of it, man. He's down. All they want's the plants. Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
So they finally get the doors open to the space. The creatures go crazy, just grabbing all of the bricks, knocking over the shelves as you guys make your way out of this building. Kitty still having one of those bricks in her purse where she had stuffed it away.
Thank you both for saving me, even though I wasn't really in danger.
The Dr. Stein, having given up on all of this, just looks and, my project is destroyed. That is it. He turns to the soldiers. Remove all the evidence. We'll start again somewhere new. Artichoke is dead. And with that, the soldiers begin to set explosives around the building.
You can't do that.
You are escorted away, as one of the soldiers says. All right, none of you know anything about any of this.
If we have another close one, would you mind taking it? I looked at Norio when I said that.
No, I know how this works.
Get your hands off me.
There's nothing we can do for now.
How are they planning to detonate the explosives? Do they have some sort of...
Oh yeah, they're wiring everything up around here.
Creatures running, they're gonna blow you up.
A black limo pulls in.
Is John with us still?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, and they're letting him come with us?
At this point, they're more focused on destroying everything else.
Oh, okay.
So this black limo pulls up right in front of all of you who had been moved to a distance. The doors open. Two guys in jet black, sunglasses, black suits, white shirts, red ties step out. Well, I see that all of you seem to have stumbled across this little project here. I'm Agent Johnson. This is Agent Brown.
You know, you can't cover this all up so easily. A lot of people saw these gillmen on the beach.
We're not so much worried about the Gilkin. They're kind of right up there with the crab people. I think everybody in this town kind of expects it now. But as for all of you, I want to make clear. You saw nothing. You know nothing. When someone mentions artichoke to you, you're going to say yes with butter and steamed, please. And we'll take any materials that you brought out with you. And I only have one question. Why is that man in a bikini?
That is a very long story.
Frankly,
I
I'm
doubt you
offended
wanna
that
hear
it
it.
matters.
Yeah, it's 2020. No, it's not. What time is this set in?
1930s.
50s.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, why are you wearing that, Joe?
I told you. It's good
You-
for aerobics.
You were the one who brought it up.
Let's be clear. Are you all going to cooperate and hand over? Because, young lady, I can tell there's something in your bag.
I don't have
makeup.
I don't have a thing.
Agent
Look
Brown,
at-
ma'am, may I see that bag, please?
No, it has my lady things in it.
I will
can't
let
see
you all
my
know
stuff.
that you have entered classified property, and you could be arrested at this very moment for treason.
Listen, do you think you can intimidate us like this? I have spit in the eyes of hurricanes bigger than you.
Young man, what's his name again? Norio. Yeah, the survivalist guy. Oh, the one who traded his bow for the Derringer. Yeah. See, we know who you are. We've been keeping an eye on you, so. If you want to spit in my eye, you're going to have to get through my dark sunglasses.
Mister, that won't buy you a half a stick of gum at a half a stick of gum store. Just go on. Just leave. We got enough to worry about right now. Just go on.
Now, Tam, I will point out that was one of my quips, and I got a couple of laughs and a smile.
Yeah,
so
he did.
If you, on your next die roll, you'll get a die. So that is awesome.
And mine didn't work. Yeah.
All right.
Look, we can be reasonable about this, or I can be very unreasonable and you will be locked away for a long, long time.
For the most part, I'm trying to basically just draw his attention away from the bag, which he was talking about before, and hopefully.
No. Agent Brown is very focused on that, so if you're going to try and get him distracted away from that, I think we're going to have to roll for it.
All right. Let's see. I'm mostly. What have I got?
Would integrity work?
Would it work? I don't know.
guess it'd be maybe cunning.
I'm mostly trying to stand up to him. I don't know about that.
As this is going on, you hear a boom noise from behind you as the entire complex goes up in flames.
Great.
That was a close one.
Look, I'm willing to make a deal. We will forget all of your crimes that you have committed today. Matter of fact, we'll even clear up some of those parking violations.
There's only one thing I need you to clear up. What happened to my partner? I may be a disgraced cop, but these people did nothing wrong, and I want to know where my partner is.
Agent Brown looks over and says, Joe, you get them to play ball and hand over all the materials, and I'll tell you about your partner.
I guarantee you I can get that lady right there to play ball. She loves that more than anything in the world.
We're not here to play games. I didn't bring a ball. I just need the evidence.
It's not that kind of ball she likes to play with.
Now look, we all seen things today. We all experienced things. And ain't nobody gonna take that away from us, but that evidence in that there bag, that belongs to them.
So you're admitting there is evidence in that bag.
I ain't admitting to nothing. What I'm admitting is if there was evidence in that bag, it ought to be turned over to the people who rightfully own it.
Joe, stop helping.
What?
He really wants to know what happened to his partner.
Agent Johnson looks over at Kitty. Yes, Kitty, go ahead.
If you tell Joe where his partner is, I'll hand over the bag. It's okay.
All right.
Playing.
Agent Brown goes, Joe, I'm sorry you had such a rough time. And he reaches up and pulls off the rubber mask. I had to join this top secret group to help them out because I uncovered the truth about their project, and I did it to keep you safe.
Damn it, you should have said something to me. We could have got through this together. Now I'm just a disgraced cop on the run.
Well, Joe, I would have said something sooner, and if you'd have worn that bikini sooner, we might have made a go of things.
Oh, God.
Well, it doesn't have to end here. See,
are you saying what I think you're saying, Joe?
I think you know I am.
Well, when we wrap up here, maybe we can go visit that cabin that your uncle has up north.
Absolutely. And the next time you have a pool party, don't you invite me.
You know he's going to invite you.
Ma'am, the bag, please.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And she'll take the bag and hand it over to him. And as she turns back around, she will lean forward slightly towards Norio. Forgive me for this. Showing her cleavage, revealing that when she was hit in the face with the brick, that some of it fell and landed like crumbs between the bosoms.
And Daryl was there for that. So Daryl knows this.
Norio
won't say anything.
Somewhere between disgusted and impressed.
I'll go for impressed because that's some impressive. That's an impressive work.
And Agent Brown's going to turn to Dale and go, Dale, I just wanted to let you know. We think you're a damn hero for what you did that day against those crab people.
Doesn't bring my friends back, but thanks.
We know it can't bring your friends back, Dale, but if you hadn't stopped the advancement of those crabs, well, the entire town of Darwin would have woken up with crabs in the morning.
And yeah, no one wants crabs and no one wants to have crabs. Not in the morning, anyway.
Yeah, that would be awful to have some of those.
I just hope that can give you a little peace, Dale. Knowing that you saved the entire town from crabs.
I got some closure.
Norio, I know that you have a little bit against the government, and that's why we'd like you to join our secret, super top secret, undercover group that keeps a watchdog eye on projects such as this. It's a civilian capacity with oversight to the undersight of the project's oversight committee, and we think that you'd be a perfect fit. And we have a small location. Well, honestly, it's Joe's uncle's cabin up in the mountain, but it's a private place, and we could set you up to make it.
How did you let all this happen for so long? Seems
Well,
like
that's
quite
the problem. We need somebody in that position.
Oh, wow.
I don't know yet if I can trust you, but that's why I have to watch you from the inside.
And that's what we're trying to do, Norio. Put you inside of us.
All right.
Haven't we all?
It's gonna be a tight fit, but I think you can pull it off, Norio.
It wouldn't be my first time.
And it won't be your last.
Right. So Norio, he sticks his hand out. Welcome to Project Lube.
I'm going in.
And with that, the camera pans out to a view as a soldier rides away on a seed boat with Mary Jane into the distance.
God damn it.
The sun goes down, and we see as Gilkran are retreating back into the seas. And the words pop up across the screen. The All right. Thank you for joining us for this Jumpstart that came from beneath the sea.
That was fun. That was a blast.
I hope everybody had fun. I did. I hope you people enjoyed watching there. And I hope Travis isn't going to strangle me for what I did to the story, but
I don't think he will mind.
You guys are awesome. Thank you again. You always are a great table. Viewers, there are other jump starts that will be coming up over the rest of this month. The schedule will come up when we exit the screen here. And please check out that schedule. Definitely check out other things that are on the Onyx Path. We have some great streams that are on here. Some great coverage. Vorpal Tales does some stuff on here. We have a Scion Become as Gods, which is getting close to the end, I do believe, which is awesome. On Mondays, we have some of this cast is in a game called The Weird West, which takes place in Arizona at the turn of the century and includes aliens, apparently.
Wait a minute.
No, you don't.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What did we get? What did you do? But
no telling.
I actually said I wish I had my hat handy.
Well, mine's on the other side of the room, so you know.
And there we go.
There is a They Came from Beyond the Grave tonight, which is awesome. That's another one I want to play so bad. And I also got They Came from Beyond Space. So please check these out on drive-through. They're great games. Check out the game this evening. You'll enjoy it. It's a fun one to play. It is a blast. And we're all capped up now.
Yeah, the same from Beyond the Grave is tonight. So right after this, it'll be on tonight.
It's coming up this evening. I believe it's at 8 p.m. Eastern. Is that right? I think I got my time right on that. But again, it'll be in the schedule after we exit off here. Anybody got anything they want to say before we end up? Mr. Chops.
Just before Chops.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see.
Milady. Sorry, go on.
So I want to tell everybody the same thing that I like to remind everybody of. Your mental health is a very serious thing. It's easy to end up in a position where we feel like we can't turn to anybody because it's our problem to deal with. We don't want to burden them with it, or we're ashamed of the things we've done and we don't know how to talk about them. But I have to encourage you to please do that. Reach out to somebody, say something to someone, because people want to hear about what's happening in your life a lot more than they want to hear about something terrible having happened to you. Now, it may be that you don't feel comfortable talking to your friends or your family. That's okay. Reach out to somebody. There are hotlines available. There are services that you can call at any time in the day that will listen to what you have to say without judgment and try to provide you with some help, some guidance as to where you might go. Now, that being said, there's no shame in asking for help. We've all been in the position at some point or another where we desperately needed help, and somebody stepped up and did that for us. And it's not our choice whether or not that's a burden to them. That's their choice to make. So don't ever assume that you are going to be a burden to somebody else just because you need help. There's a lot of people who don't mind doing anything and everything for somebody just because they asked for it. So please speak up if you need help. Say something to somebody. Don't go through it alone. And if you are not desperately in need of help at the moment and you feel okay, please reach out to your friends and family. Check on them. You never know. Today might be the day that matters to them. Just give it a shot. You might find that you get a lot closer with the people around you.
And I do have something to say before we go. Please, everybody, get vaccinated. COVID-19 is a serious thing. Please. I don't care where you are. I don't care that you don't like it, but please get your vaccination shots. It will save your life and save the life of everybody around you.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, players, for giving me the opportunity to sit here at the table and run this game, because I always appreciate it when you give me that, because you guys are incredible. You're fun. It's you never want to stop. You know, I hate to interrupt the RP, but you know, we got to stay on schedule. So
No, you, Tim. No, you.
Oh. All right. Thank you, everybody. We will see you. We'll see you around somewhere. Take care.
Later.
Good night.